It is Thursday afternoon, everybody, and it's time for the shop update here at Woodsmith. We're on location in the photo studio, shooting photos today even. So we have a couple of projects to update you on. Mark's got one, and then we'll check in on Dylan and his design work.
Hey everyone, so this week got completed with John Doyle's special, voila, which is a cherry dresser. Nothing too crazy about this. We went with Baltic birch for the boxes. No crazy, just simple joinery, slides, etc. Solid cherry top. The legs, solid cherry. Got some plywood sides. Yeah, so just a mixture of cherry plywood, Baltic birch, and solid cherry. Still waiting for the handles to go on there, but for the most part it's done. Just done a couple of coats of lacquer, and that is that. So nothing really to report on that.
Oh, there's something to report.
Oh, there is? What's that?
Because I was walking through the shop the other day, and you had the top glued up, but then there were two little marks on the top.
Oh, so you noticed. Well, actually, yeah, there was, so when I finished planing and laminating the top, there you go, now I've got something to talk about. Thanks for reminding me about these guys. There was a couple of little knots in the surface, and then by the time I planed it, those knots just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm thinking, actually, they stand out too much, so what if I drilled a little hole and then plugged it with some cherry hardwood to see if they'd be less noticeable. So
I think it's a good.
I don't even know where they're at.
And to be honest, I've never ever done that before. I'd either start again with the top, but at this point I was out of material anyway. Fill the knots with the epoxy that were the same colour as the knot, or do what I do, drill the knot out to a, what was it, 1/4 of an inch depth, and then plug it with some cherry. So I chose the latter to see how it'd work out. Like I said, never done that before. I mean, yeah, it looks.
I think it looks good.
It looks alright. I mean, it's probably as unnoticeable as a couple of knots would be, but I thought I'd just try something new. So yeah. So thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah.
So they're not
anytime,
100% invisible. Next project, I'm going to get started on another Dylan project, which is a toolbox. So check in next week.
All right, speaking of Dylan, we'll go in and check on him too.
Okay. Hey.
Welcome everybody. So I'm working on a project for 279 Woodsmith. It's going to be the last one. I think we've got most of the other projects done. I'm not sure if we've actually looked at all of them, but this is the one that I'm currently working on. It is a freestanding pantry cabinet. The construction on this is a combination of a couple things. So the base itself is all solid cherry. You've got glued up. Well, there's a couple different ways you can do this. I actually ordered some cherry turning blanks that are already two size, so I just have to cut the lengths on them. And then it's just got an apron around the base, and then a top, and then the base gets mounted to a cabinet. The carcass on this is plywood construction with a 1.5 inch wide face frame, mortise and tenon frame and panel on the doors as well. The interior, I'm still kind of working on the orientation of that. This is just actually a solid model. There's not really any components in here other than some of the hardware I added just for a little bit of contrast. But the case will be painted. The interior will be exposed raw cherry, so we will put a finish on there, but I wanted the hard contrast between the painted exterior and then the natural wood on the interior. Plus it helps complement the base. And then I ordered some Horton brass, solid polished brass hinges, as well as I ordered some polished brass kind of ring pulls here too. So just kind of solid accent, or excuse me, some accent pieces here. to kind of, again, contrast against the painted carcass or case. Still working, like I said, on the orientation of the interior for the pantry. It's going to be mostly for like dry goods storage and that sort of thing. And then trying to figure out what I want to do for the back as well. Currently, you'll notice on these panels, I kind of have these kind of like openings, and I wanted there to be a little bit of ventilation there if you kept spices and dry goods, and again, just to not, you know, prevent things from getting kind of dark or damp and having air circulation going through there. So again, pretty simple, straightforward construction. It's a 6-pager, so it's not terribly long, and so I'm being conscious of that and just trying to, again, streamline things, but still have some, you know, nice visual elements going on that kind of work together. So I did overhear Mark allude to a project of mine that he'll be working on. He's working on a tool chest for shop notes. It looks like 149. So this time next week, I think we'll have probably a little bit better idea of what that looks like in 3D space. Otherwise, we can look at the drawings next week. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Always pushing forward with projects. We are in the works of doing some redesign on some older projects that we can maybe talk about in the near future. Otherwise, that's all I have today. So I think we'll take it back to Phil.
All right, that's it for the shop update today. Just a reminder that we have some events coming up later on this year. There's our UK tour that I'm going to be part of, along with Mike Pekovich, the editor over at Fine Woodworking. You can join us. Check it out at woodsmith.com. One last thing. Today's the birthday of the greatest sister in the entire world. Happy birthday to you, Anna, and we'll see you next week. Bye.